What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Same Difference podcast.
Is this thing on?
Hello.
Hey, girl.
Hi, friend.
How's it going?
What's going on?
Oh, it's just Wednesday, aka hump day.
You doing any humping over there?
I am not. I'm
Okay.
not. No humping. No. What about you?
You've asked on the wrong day of the week. You told me 2 nights ago.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah. Y'all don't play
Oh,
with it, man.
you're funny.
Not my broke lamp in the back trying to make an appearance. Oh, my little, you know what?
Oh, no. I didn't know it was broke.
You didn't? The mover broke it by mistake. But
I wouldn't
whatever.
have known.
Okay, well, let's pretend I didn't say it. What's going on, friend? How are you?
I'm doing wonderful.
How is it coming off of your Virgo birthday weekend?
It was, I spent my birthday exactly how I wanted. Exactly how I wanted.
Perfect.
Which, everyone kept asking me, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? And I'm like, I really don't want to do shit. Like, I don't want to do shit. I just want to relax. I've had a beautiful year. I just want to relax. And so for part of the weekend, I got to really relax and kind of do whatever I wanted to do. Like, I went to Home Goods, got my toes done, got some candles, sat at the crib, had a little glass of wine, and just chilled out. And then I went on a really nice birthday brunch on Sunday. Had some delicious food. I went to RH Rooftop, and I went out in the suburbs of Chicago this time around, so it was a different vibe.
Okay, where do you usually go? You be in the hood? You be in the trenches?
No,
you be on 30. What the rappers be saying?
63rd.
63rd. I'm about to say 34th Street. Not me.
No, usually I'm downtown in the Loop.
Okay.
But this particular place was in the suburbs, one of the nice suburbs of Chicago. So it was nice to see a different part of town that I've never seen before. And
Okay.
the weekend went exactly the way I wanted it to go.
Okay, good. Glad to hear it.
It was a blessed birthday, I must say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, happy belated again.
Thank you.
If y'all are listening, make sure you slide in the comments and tell our good sis Passionista happy belated birthday
Thank you.
to the Virgo queen herself.
Yes, we getting up there, child. We getting
Who
up
is who?
there.
Wait, did you say you're getting up there? Or did you say we're getting up there?
We, honey, because your birthday real soon.
Mine, yours.
Okay. It is real soon.
Okay, let's go ahead and change the subject. Let's talk about what I did this weekend. Shall we? Take a guess at what y'all think I did this weekend. I'm letting the listeners guess in their mind. Okay, now Pasha, you guess for them.
Nothing.
Ding, 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 ding! You got it! Woo!
Nothing. You are funny. What did you do? You did something. Did you get out and about at all? Did you get some food? Did you go to CVS? Did you do anything? You were in the house all weekend, all week. Friend, you've been in your new city for too long. You have to go outside. What are you doing?
I am. This weekend was just a little different. Some life been lifing. It be trying to beat me down, but see, she don't know a girl got hands. Hey, yeah, hands. So, but yeah, I didn't do anything. Y'all know how I do over here. When I do what I do, I do it. I don't be doing
oh my goodness. You said that like you be doing stuff.
I be working, I be trying to. I was really getting deep into my content bag.
Okay.
Then I had a little monkey wrench kind of thrown at the end of my week that kind of threw me off. But today I was told, you know what, baby, you just gotta get up. You just gotta keep moving. I said,
Yes,
you know what? Maybe you're right.
Yes.
Let me get up. Let me get moving.
Yes, we're gonna close out the rest of 2023 strong.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, we coming up close towards the end of the year now.
I cannot believe it. Like 2023 got somewhere to go. It's crazy.
Yeah. It's
It's
so funny because
crazy.
I remember like the beginning of the year when we were deep into our podcasting bag
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
and us setting our goals. I know we did a goal episode. We talked
Mhm.
about like what our goals were for the
Mhm.
year. And it's just so crazy to look back and first realize how much time has like quickly passed
Yes.
by.
Yes.
And then to just think back to what our goals were. We'll have to dedicate like one specific episode to like goals reloaded and
I
just
like that.
revisit what our goals were at the beginning of the year versus where we are now.
Okay.
So
I like it. My homework.
mhm. Mhm. Um that made me think of something, but then I forgot it that quick. It'll come back to me. Yeah.
So one goal that I can identify right now that I need to put into place is less
I
time
can't
on.
hear you, friend.
You can't hear me?
Oh, now I can.
Oh, I was gonna say, one thing that I want to do is spend less time on social media,
Mm.
and I want to spend less time on social media because there was so much news that I consumed, and I feel like because there's so much news happening at such a quick pace, I'm just like always just logged on to Twitter, to
Mm.
Instagram, looking at the shade room. Everybody and their mama is breaking up.
Mm.
What is going on? Like, we've been these last couple of weeks, we've been talking about dating
Oh.
and what we what we want, and how we've been trying to put ourselves out there and everything, and how we want like marriage and everything. I feel like it's been a couple a day has been breaking up. Tiana and Iman, Jeannie and Jeezy.
Mm.
Who else? There's a lot of people that are like splitting up.
A lot of the like what's her name? Ariana Grande
And her husband. Yep.
and
Look, even
the,
Bam being scrappy.
oh, okay, the Matheson boy who's going to prison for 30 years for rape.
Oh
His
yeah,
wife is
she filed
divorcing
for
him.
divorce.
Mhm.
Kevin
Mhm.
Costner and his wife.
Mm.
I thought there was some more. Who was some more? Oh, they're saying Odell Beckham Jr. and his baby mama done split. Like, everybody's
Mm.
just breaking up,
Mm.
and I
And
just
these are all married people, right?
no, some of them are, and just were just together. They weren't married.
I feel like everybody we named was married just now.
Odell and his girl weren't married.
Oh, girl, he don't count. He don't count no way.
I'm
And I
weak.
said what I said. He don't
Oh,
count.
Remy and Papoose. Have you heard about them?
What?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
Because
girl.
I don't really be. If I get on social list to post, I don't really be into what's going on. When this what? How? Child.
Street saying there was an artist that Remy signed to her little label or whatever that she started messing around with. Mm-hmm.
Now Remy.
Mm-hmm. That's the
Not after that man
thing.
held you down while you went to prison.
Yep. Go look on like Shade Room or Neighborhood Talk. Just take a
This
gander.
recent?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Yeah, I hadn't heard anything about that.
Yeah. So,
Mm-mm.
yeah, there's just been a lot of sad news that I've been consuming as a result of my time on social media. But I wanted to get into a couple of these breakups,
Okay.
and I wanted to get your thoughts.
Oh gosh. Y'all know when
Jean,
Pastor asks for my thoughts, it gets interesting.
well, yes, but also I like it's funny. It's funny. And I want to know what you think about Jeannie and Jeezy.
Yeah, girl. I did see that caption Jeezy had put on his picture was like too worried about where I'm headed in the future than to worry about who ain't going. On the day he filed for a divorce. It was almost female petty. Like I would expect
Right.
that from a woman. I would expect that from a woman. And also he was the one that filed.
Yeah.
Tamar had said something on some show with Head Crack and Jesse Wu that is different when a man filed for divorce. Because what she was saying was Men are just stick around just so they, just to stick around. But with a man filed for divorce, oh, he really sick of you. Jeannie had said something in the past about her temper. She didn't realize that she had a bad temper.
Mm-hmm.
Which at this big age, I don't know how you don't know that. Maybe you just, to me, you chose not to do anything about it, like to change how you respond when you lose your temper. But the way when I listened to the clip, I don't know if it's from like a podcast or something. It almost sounded like to me, if I was to kind of read between the lines, like she'd be talking to Jeezy crazy.
Yep.
That's what you got from it too.
Yep.
Yeah,
You can't
like
talk
she
to
could
that
spit
man like
off at the
that.
mouth and just be talking real reckless. So
Yeah. I saw that same clip. I found that to be interesting because black men swear up and down that,
that they're
that we're
preach. Let me let you preach to the choir while I
that
sip my tea.
we're mouthy and aggressive and not submissive enough and always want to argue, pop back and be angry, and whole time your little Asian ting be getting your ass together.
Friend, why you had to say it like that?
I just, I feel like that's just it's very interesting that is
I,
often our critique and the reason why men don't want to date black women. Whole time you letting Susie, Katie, and Jeannie fold your ass up and cuss you out. It's wild to me.
yeah, I still don't like her comment that she made on the View. Well,
I
not
don't
the
either.
View. What's it called? What
The
was it called?
real.
The Real, about the dark meat. Yeah, like a
Hmm.
little dark meat. Whatever she said about the white meat, a
The
little
white
dark
meat
meat on
be
the
lean
side.
and mean, and I like the
No.
dark meat on the side. Like blacks are
This
only
is
good to
I would, first of all, y'all know how I feel about black men. That's all it's ever giving for me personally.
right.
But if I was to like possibly consider dating outside my race, and somebody else who was not black said that they liked dark meat on the side,
Yeah. I don't.
what?
I'm surprised Jeezy wanted to was even interested in her because I don't
Yeah,
know. I don't know how you explain that and make that sound better than how it sounded because it sounded just how it was like.
mhm,
Y'all good
mhm,
enough to you good enough to mess around, sleep with or whatever, but like I'm not gonna marry you and have no kids
mhm,
with you.
mhm.
You know?
Well, word on the TikTok streets is,
Ooh,
because my ear be leaning
yes.
real close to the TikTok streets.
Tell us.
Word on the TikTok streets is, now while Jeezy did file for divorce this month, the paperwork was notarized in June.
Oh,
So he's been sick of her shit. He been sick of her shit. Also,
wow.
the person that was on TikTok, one of the people that was talking about it, is an attorney, and she was saying that even when you get that paperwork notarized, for somebody of his stature and his financial his financial stature, to even get divorce paperwork notarized, he likely had to hire a team of lawyers first, go over his prenuptial agreement if there was one, advise him of things, how he should move, when he should file, how he should do it, so on and so forth. So that means that you filed in September, you got the paperwork notarized in June. You likely, hired your divorce attorneys and went over all of that even before then.
Wow.
He been sick of her shit. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's
Mm-hmm.
wild. And that baby's
Also,
only
what was
2.
interesting that the TikTok streets mentioned about this is that the prenuptial agreement was signed the day before the wedding. Now, unmarried girl here. I didn't
Mhm.
know this, but she was saying that usually a prenuptial agreement is something that's done like, way back, like maybe when you're
Mm.
like planning the wedding type of thing or getting a but she said for somebody to be signing a prenuptial agreement the day before a wedding means that they likely were already at odds about what was going to be in the agreement all the way up to the day before they said I do.
Oh my god. When you say all of
So it
this,
looked like you shouldn't have said anything.
yeah, yep. I Now that you've said all of this and just thinking about the type of people they are, I could totally see this. I could
What you mean?
totally I could totally see that this relationship being toxic and them being incompatible, really,
Mhm.
is what it sounds like. What I was reading was that Jeannie wanted Jeezy to take care of her entire family.
Now I heard that too because she moved her mama in when she was
Yep.
having the baby, which I can understand you wanting to have your mom around, maybe particularly in the beginning because you were first time mom and just because of who she is, she
It,
has a very rigorous schedule herself as far as working and
mhm.
appearances and shows and shoots and all of this, that, and the third. But I mean, if you a newlywed, your husband don't want his mother in law all the way, all around all
All
the
about
time,
business. Yeah.
right? Right. Um, but I know that it is now I know that is a cultural thing with
Yep.
Asians.
Yep.
So, and then particularly with him being having the money that he does, maybe they all felt like, okay, well, we
Yeah,
all
we
coming.
straight. Gotta
Yeah,
send money
we
back
set, we
home.
straight.
We gotta send money back home.
That's not our culture though. So I can see how that would have fallen apart rather fast.
And which brings me to, how did y'all go from A to Z? A being dating, Z being we got married, without understanding, knowing, thinking, taking any of all of these things into consideration. Like, how is this a situation to after being married for 2 years? How is it a thing now?
Well, then that's the other well, okay, yeah, they were married for 2 years
You
because I
know who
looked
you
up.
married. You know who you married.
Well, I looked up when they first got together. They met in 2018. They, I guess, became official in 2019,
Okay.
and then they got married in 2021.
Okay.
Um, their daughter is one, so their daughter was born in January of last year. So they were married less than a year before they even had a baby. Like, and
Mhm.
this is why you and I were talking about wanting to be married and be married to our husbands before introducing children into the mix.
Mhm.
Because as much as you know a person, knowing them while y'all are married is not the same as knowing them while y'all are dating. And
Yep.
I know everybody says it's just a piece of paper, but the people who are married says it's actually more than a piece of paper.
Yep.
I maybe won't listen to you guys,
Yep.
the paper people.
Ah,
And it just sounds like that they didn't have a lot of time to do that because if she gave birth in January,
yeah.
she was probably either pregnant by the time they finally walked down the aisle, March of 2021, or
She was
got pregnant
she found
shortly there.
out. Yep, she found out she was pregnant like 2 weeks before they got married,
Wow.
cuz they had been trying. And I think she did in vitro, and
Mm.
it didn't
She
take.
did in vitro?
Yeah, but then
After she told that man she ain't want no kids. That first husband.
Jeannie might something else. She's something else. But she ended up getting pregnant naturally after that.
Mm. Mm.
So yeah, yep, yep. Good luck everybody, because that baby sure is beautiful.
Is she?
She is. Monaco is so cute. She looked
Mm.
just like Jeezy, just
Mm.
like him. She's adorable.
Yeah,
A tad.
I don't really pay attention too much to Jeannie or her little baby. But she does seem rather I don't. She does seem rather enveloped with the baby, and I wondered if that had anything to do with it as well. Not that she's not supposed to. I mean, it's her baby. She's a first time mama,
That
a
and
first
social
time mom.
media and the social
But
media.
it's just listen. That's another thing that the TikTok streets was talking about was the fact that Jeezy filed for the divorce in like a week or 7 to 10 days prior to that. Jeannie had a post on her page of her and Lil Monaco like talking about him
It's
being
good.
a New York, best times and best selling author or whatever it is, and them being so proud and da 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 da, and like people were saying she's one of those people that does things to keep up with appearances. because
Mm-hmm.
they have the paperwork say they've been separated since May. So you've been putting on for a minute.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm. Sad story all the way around. Another sad story. Tiana and Iman. What the hell?
Yeah, I had heard whispers about that.
Did you?
I heard whispers about that. Just because he was kind of parading around in parties and stuff with other women,
Really?
and people would be like, "Oh, Tiana knows already," or they not together, or they've been broke up. Like he haven't been at a lot of her recent stuff. I had heard whispers about that probably like 3 weeks or so ago. Um,
Mm.
does that one surprise me? No.
Really? I was surprised. I'm a little
Why were you
sad.
surprised, friend? We lived in Cleveland at the same time Iman was living in Cleveland. Why are you surprised, friend? We was in Cleveland the same time Tristan was in Cleveland. Why are you surprised, friend? Because
Um,
there was a couple of places on the west side that I knew if I went there, one of the two of them would be there.
you are not wrong.
Okay. Thank you. Hmm.
But they always see, and this is the problem because of what they've portrayed. They always seem to me to be one of those couples that were real despite the fame and the fortune. The fact that they both together gave birth to both of their children in their homes, I would think that is just something very rare and very special that you share with somebody that probably won't ever happen with someone else again. And so I just felt like they had a lot of, things that, bonded them together that, were a little bit much more special and much more valuable than your average Hollywood, celeb relationship. They just seemed
They
different.
had that second little baby in the house too?
Yeah.
Because I know the first one was an accident. Her birth, they didn't mean to give birth to her.
Yeah,
She
but
just
she was like they were on the way,
The
she
baby
gave
was
birth.
coming and they was on the phone with Cleveland Clinic. Come get us.
Yeah, that was Junie. And
Right,
then the
okay.
second
I
one.
knew that about the first one. I didn't know that about the second one. That is a very special moment, and I'm sure it's a moment that they'll both, treasure forever. Those are their only two, both of them, their only two children.
Mhm.
But before Iman and Tiana had kids, they were separate people. And Iman has always been who Iman has been. Like
Mhm.
he always was kind of, for lack of a better terminology, loosey goosey.
Really?
Very mixy.
Oh.
Very into things type of person. So not that he couldn't curtail or cut some of that off as a married man, but I mean, it just don't. You know how sometimes you hear about a person doing a certain thing and it's like, for real. I mean,
Mhm.
that's cool, but for real,
Mhm.
that's kind of how I felt when Iman got married.
Okay. Like, oh, never saw that
Hmm.
for you.
Hmm.
Okay. Okay. I always looked at that as he swept Tiana off her feet. She
Oh,
was
I looked at it as Tiana put that thing on him.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Also,
Yeah.
and as well.
Hmm. Yeah.
Because when they were like falling in love and going on vacations together, and when they were kind of posting and documenting their relationship in that way, it looked really beautiful and really sweet. And
Girl, people go on vacation together all the time, and it's a whole different situation behind the scenes.
yeah, I mean, I'm just a romantic, and I'm just like,
Me too.
ah.
Me too.
Aw.
Me
But
too.
I don't
I
know.
don't know. Maybe that's not even fair to say because there are a lot of people who change and become different people because they have to because they are married.
Yeah.
And then I guess some they say things don't work out. I just want my husband to know, baby, we locked in for the long haul. Okay, when you say I do, you can't change your mind and say you don't. All
Right.
right.
Hell no. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with you there,
You know
Joy.
what? I also wonder how much of, and I don't even think this is a stretch. how much how much social media influence has on people breaking up and getting divorced, because it's so easy to get on the gram or get on whatever platform you like and see things and see people and feel like the grass may be a little bit greener in other places, and
Mm-hmm.
so you may be a little bit less likely to stick it out. I don't know, it's a double-edged sword. On one side, I feel like that may contribute to people giving up so easy and being more ready to throw in the towel and get a divorce. And on the other hand, I feel like a lot of people who are still married may be actually miserable.
Yeah.
And people these days are just saying, no, I don't want to live my life like that for the sake of my family, their family,
Mm-hmm.
our kids. I want to be happy for me. I still got to live my own life. So I don't know.
I don't know.
I
It's just,
don't know.
I mean, there was just, it was a breakup left and right. It's crazy. It's just,
Yeah, I didn't even hear about Remy and Papoose. What her name? What her real name? Remelade. What's her real name? It's Remy something. It's short for something.
reminisce, I believe.
Reminisce. Look at me, Remelade. Girl.
Remoulade. I'm weak. I'm weak. You're funny. Yeah, I
Mm,
guess I don't know what happened, but allegedly she fooling around with some other dude.
mm.
Well,
And then one thing that the person didn't say was when it comes to Jeannie and Jeezy, what the um prenup said. I don't remember.
I didn't see anything about that, so
Hmm.
I'm I mean, I'm sure I'm really interested in this the fact that they didn't sign there wasn't a prenup signed until the day before. But
Like I said, I don't never been married, don't know anything about a prenup, but apparently that is something that is very just not usually it's just done far in advance.
right. That's
Like one of the like she was the day before my wedding, I'm not thinking about that. I'm not trying to talk to no lawyers about
mm-hmm.
a move I'm about to make the next day. I'm worrying about hair, nails,
Yeah,
lashes,
my
my guest coming in, my
marrying my
bridesmaids.
man, marrying
Yeah.
my lover. Like that's what I'm thinking about. Ugh,
Mm,
girl, don't even get me started.
yeah.
Don't even get me started.
Mm.
Because I just would love. I just want it to happen. I want it to happen for us. I want it to happen for us.
It will, friend.
We shall see. We shall see. Oh no. There was something else that was on social media that I
This is going to be very interesting when we set our goal. When we talk about setting our goals, because you've already said you wanted to spend less time on social media. So this will be interesting how that works out for us. And,
what I'm
you
going to
know,
spend my time doing.
hmm
So Jada Wada, little baby's baby mama. Boy, that was a lot. Um, her and her son Loyal did this TikTok challenge called the Drink Challenge. And
hmm
basically, you try 9 different types of drinks, and you have to guess which one it is. So Jada had 9 drinks, and she said, "Let Loyal try them all," and he had to guess which ones they were. Very adorable video. Listening to him try to pronounce cranberry, and he said
Cranberry
canberry.
juice. Oh
Yeah,
my
so
gosh, it was the
cute.
cutest thing ever.
It looked like they were having a wonderful time. I, as a kid who was not picky and who would try stuff, I love that he was like, even though the soy sauce and the hot sauce was gross, he was game. It didn't matter. Like kids who aren't afraid to try things are great little people. Overall, a very sweet
That baby wanted
video.
some milk in one of them cups, though.
Like what is
This
going
one
on?
gonna be milk.
He was about to, what was he drinking? He's about to get to the bottom of that Coca Cola, and she was like,
Uh-huh.
slow down. So what is he, about 3? You know, so
He's three.
he's a little boy. It was so cute. I mean, 3 is still a toddler, so you're a baby, essentially. There was some discourse or people commenting about the mannerisms of this 3-year-old little boy, and the running. joke or tweet I'll say was, "Little baby need to get his son. Little baby need to spend more time with his son. Little baby, go get your son."
Mm,
And the critiques, if you will, and the comments were more or less alluding to him being soft or
mm,
sweet, or
mm.
it's
Like
looking
the
like,
old folks used to say, they trying to say that little boy got a little sugar in his tank.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
And you know I saw all the stuff, all the comments on social media. I saw everything that people were saying. I stayed away from it. I didn't want to say anything, in part because I did not, that my mind did not go there when I saw the video. I did not think, oh, is he a little, oh, he a little, my mind didn't go there. I was kind of like watching, half watching. I don't particularly tune into her or her content like that. I'm not a fan like that necessarily, but Loyal is adorable and I love celebrity kid content. So when I started seeing what everyone had to say, this was my thought, because I've seen little kids who give off an energy. And I've seen, kids my age, and knowing when I was a kid, like, oh, okay, he's
Mm-hmm.
a little, but even when adults were around and you could identify that a child was probably going to be, GAY, you never said it. You didn't
Mm-mm.
say it. You didn't speak
Mm-mm.
about it. You didn't open your mouth to say anything. You just
Mm-hmm.
kind of knew and you moved
Mm-hmm.
on.
Yeah.
So
I can even remember adults in my family, even if they were talking to each other, they never came out and say it was kind of like a under the breath, "No, you're so sweet," type of situation.
exactly.
Social media not like that though. Social media
It-
is not anything
no,
like that.
it's not.
Oh.
Instead of mumbling something under your breath, you get to type it from the comfort of
Mm-hmm.
your
Because
home.
ain't no repercussions from that.
No. And I just thought it was a little bit, I'm like, oh, dang. But also, black people,
Yeah, it's
you
us.
know,
Let's just call a spade a spade. It's us, and
you
let me tell you why.
know.
Because you niggas never satisfied. You talk about Ari's son and say he too much of a thug. You talk about Jada's son and he too soft. What do y'all even want? What y'all want is for y'all baby daddies to be the man that you thought he was gonna be when you got knocked up, but he's not. That's really what it is. Let's just call it a spade to spade. I also think that it is a true testament to how effed up we are as adults sometimes, that we would even go there to think that about a 3-year old.
Yeah.
A 3-year old. And I get it. Like when you say you watched it and you weren't thinking anything like that, because that has been a conversation had on the internet about that little boy before. Um, I
Okay.
don't, yeah, this been talked about before. I don't know that I would have. I was gonna watch it anyway because it's just the cutest thing. Like I
Mhm.
love the relationship that Jada has with her child. I do think it gives off a bit girlfriendish. Like when she's interacting with him, it's almost like she with her homegirl,
Mhm.
kikiing and laughing and stuff like that. Um, but yeah, it was a couple of times where he talked with his hands a little bit, but I think that's because he's always with his mama. Now, when
Mhm.
he talking with
Yeah.
his hands like that, he's not doing that because he sees what we see as GAY. Okay,
Right.
let's just call it what it is. He's not doing that because he thinks or feels he's gay. He doing that
Right.
because that's what he see.
Yep.
He doing it because if he was your son or somebody else's child who always see people arguing, fussing, fighting, cussing, waving a gun, smoking hookah or smoking weed, that's the same thing that they would be emulating. But because he see his mama talk with her hands, that's what he do. Now, will stuff like that continue? And as you know, the older black people say, after a certain point, though, it becomes, we don't know. We don't know. We don't know. But I think that it is just it's shameful for adults to even push that narrative on a 3-year old. It's not even fair. It's not fair. It's not. I don't like it. And I had said last week when we were talking about Erica Mena and
Mhm.
Spice, Blue Spice. What's her name?
Spice. It's just
Spice.
spice.
Okay. kids need to be left out of the equation. They gotta
Uh,
like y'all gotta chill on talking about people kids all the time, y'all.
yeah,
Like for real.
yeah,
Like if it's gonna be a negative thing. You want to say that it was cute. You like I thought it was the cutest thing ever. Especially when he said
right.
that's cranberry juice.
Uh-huh.
That's cranberry juice.
It's
That'll go
lemonade. It's
one of them
lemonade.
cups. Mm-hmm.
Like,
Now the only thing that I didn't necessarily only thing I'll say is why is he 3-0 with the drink challenge is? Because the drink challenge is actually a challenge that's done on TikTok with liquor. And you try to see you didn't know that? What you
no.
thought the drink challenge was?
I thought it was kids trying different things and
No,
guessing what they
sweetie. The
was.
drink
Oh.
challenge on TikTok is adults trying liquor. It's set
Oh.
up just like how Loyals was set up. And I've seen it with tequila. I've seen it with
Oh, wow. Okay.
what's that tequila that the folks be drinking, the cheap stuff? What's it called?
Casamigos or Jose Cuervo?
Casamigos. I've seen it with Hennessy. I've seen the Jack Daniels. I've seen the Crown Royal. Like all different type of liquors, and then you have to decide what it is you drinking. So I
Oh.
really want to know why the 3-year-old know about the drink challenge. Anyway, at
Well,
what point should kids even be allowed on social media? Because if
right.
they are on social media, there should be some parameters around the type of content that they're able to view because they're a child.
Yeah.
If he's doing the drink challenge, which is an adult challenge, what else is he saying? Because there's a lot of stuff on TikTok that 3-year-olds don't need to see.
Mm-hmm. I don't
That was
know.
my only hang up about it. Like, it's cute, but why you know? Because she said Loyal wanted to do the drink challenge. I'm like, what?
Wow. Well, see, I didn't even, that's so funny. I didn't know that. I didn't realize
Yeah.
that. God bless that sweet baby. God bless that sweet baby. I did not like that the men, some of the girls were chewing up the guys on Twitter because the guys were
Mm-hmm.
like, "Little baby need to get his son," and the girls are like, "Funny, you guys say that little baby needs to get his son when a little baby is actually a very present and active father, something you niggas daddies couldn't do." And I was like,
Mm.
"Ooh, ooh,
Girl, cut him at that.
ooh,
And he is. He's very
that is
present in both
a
of his son's life.
word." And if there are
Fun
any,
fact. Let me also, while I'm thinking about it, fun fact. Baby used to stay in my, well, he used to have a place in my building. The
mm-hmm,
place that I moved from. That's it. You knew this, right?
yep,
Yeah. He used to have a place. I think he was on the top floor, one of the penthouse suites. But he used to have his Rolls Royce parked in the deck. It was just,
so
it was
player,
icy. It was just like every time you walk by that thing, it just give you chills. Whew.
you are so
And I'm a
funny.
little baby fan. Y'all know I love some little baby,
Yes, you
like front
do.
to back. I just want to throw that out there. It just made me think about it.
You're so funny. I remember you
Yeah,
told me
he
that.
had a
I bet
penthouse.
that was cool to see.
Say again.
I said, I bet that was cool to see.
Mm-hmm.
Rolls
Mm-hmm. It
Royce
was
shit.
both of them. It was two of them.
I
Two
love that
rolls.
nice car too.
What do
I'm
they
a
call those? Is that a ghost? What's the ghost?
there's a Phantom, a
Is that the
Maybach.
Rolls
There's
Royce?
those
I
girl.
think it is. It was two of them though. But whatever. He
I
got a house now, so.
I am rolling up on a 1986 two-feeder. A 1986 two-feeder. Okay.
Yeah. I
I
thank God for some wheels, but baby, that BMW be costing me.
I believe
Oh,
it. I
girl,
believe
the
it.
tires just make me just shed a
Mhm.
tear.
So your hair stand up on your neck.
It very
Oh,
much
you are so
gives.
funny.
It very much gives. I just bought 4 new tires, and I'm finna be eating bologna sandwiches
Oh
for 'em.
my God. Hanging out in
'Cause,
your car.
woo,
What are you doing this weekend? Sitting in my car.
girl, mm, mm, mm.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, that's where the drink challenge originated. So if anything,
Wow, I didn't know
I
that.
would say people you should have been more concerned about, why he know what the drink challenge is. But
Yeah. Well, you know how we do. You know
worried
how
about
we
all the
do.
wrong things.
Oh man, but black people, we're all like this. We're just our culture is just us
Later.
because we all be doing and saying and wondering the same thing when when children are coming up,
Mhm, mhm,
we be
mhm.
paying attention.
Like we said, like we were saying about Jeannie and the family moving in and being a part is a cultural thing. It's a lot of
Hmm.
stuff that's cultural for us, and unfortunately, that is one of them.
Yes,
It's also surrounded by a lot of negative
yes, it
connotations.
is.
And how people in the family who are whispered about, how they are then treated sometimes, disowned,
Yeah,
shunned because of who they are. So, for this to be an era of very much mental health, very much prioritizing letting people be who they are and living their truth, I'm confused as to why you niggas got anything to say at all. Because one minute y'all are on this self love, self healing journey, and in the next breath, you're trying to tear the next person down. So
yeah.
it don't be making sense. Our culture got some nuances in it that we could
Got
we
some
could we
things
could
to
stand and
sort
do away
through.
with.
Got some things we got to
But
sort through. That's for sure.
mhm.
Um,
I mean, I love us for real. Like
Absolutely.
Monique
I'm
said,
glad I was born black. I
and
am
nothing else.
there's days when I lay in bed or I'm just out and or I'm in my bathing suit or I'm doing my hair and I'm like, I am just so glad that I am black. Like I was born with flavor. I was
Mm,
born with flavor. It wasn't like I
mm,
grew up in an environment and then I got something. No, I was born with flavor. Like I was born with beautiful, soft, gorgeous skin that changes color when I'm in the sun for a little bit. My hair looks nice when I have my curls, when I straighten it, when I braid it. I am a good-looking black person, and I just don't think that I don't want to say that non-browns don't have it, but I just think that there's a je ne sais quoi that comes with being
mm-hmm,
black,
mm-hmm,
and I'm just thankful
mm-hmm.
that I am that.
It's
So
just when you said like, I didn't even have to grow up in an environment.
no, I didn't. I was born with flavor.
Ah,
Didn't get
yeah, I
it.
love us for real. Like Monique say, hey, my sweet babies.
Exactly, exactly. Speaking of being black in corporate America,
Uh-oh. We back to that. Y'all know Pastor gave
uh,
us a run for our money. When
no,
was this?
as
Like,
much as I love being black, sometimes you be like, in 2023, I just wish that people operated differently. Read the room. So,
we're not taking it back to March, April of this year when they was wearing our girl down, are we?
no, we are not.
Okay, we're not wearing you down this time, I hope.
No, so I am in charge of a line of business for the entire reinsurance division for the company I work for. So if
Mm-hmm.
there's anybody that wants to look for this specific type of reinsurance, they have to come to me.
Okay, come on, broker babe. Tell them how
So
you doing.
I know who I need to go to get, the insurance support for my
Mm-hmm.
clients.
Mm-hmm.
So we have been having weekly training meetings with the entire staff because we hired a bunch of new people and we just want to make sure that we're all on the same page doing the same work and everything is uniform across the board. And so on Tuesday we had a training about the product line that I do. The two old men, they're consultants who have been brought in to help guide us and shape us and offer their expertise. They've got 30 years of experience in the
Mm-hmm.
biz. They did a presentation, but they didn't bother to ask me if I would want to share any insight or offer any bullet points. Now I'm not going to volunteer to do things, especially when I know I'm invaluable and y'all not going to compensate me. And since I'm the only person that does this line of business, I don't care. You can say no one else is doing it. It's just me. So anyway, he's reading down this list and I noticed that the list is completely wrong. And
Mm.
it is completely wrong. And the number one business partner that we work with for this line of business is not even on the list.
Mm.
So when he was going through the list, I had raised my hand. I said, hey, I just wanted to let you know that there's another market that belongs on there. And actually, this market and this market are the only two that should be on the list. And he's like, oh, okay, Pasha, thank you. I'll have have to double check and see what that person's insurance appetite is, but I'll add it to the list. And so, like, my manager looks at me and we just kind of chuckle because you're wrong, sir. And you don't do this, I do it. And
Hmm.
that was an opportunity for you to say, oh, yeah, I do know that you're in charge of this line of business. Would you like to share some bullet points, blah, blah, something? But he dismissed me and told me that he was going to fact check my information that I tried to
Hmm.
provide in the meeting, girl. And it was just a moment where I just had, you just have to sit there and just shake your head like, yeah, okay. Because that's the
So, so okay, I'm a little bit confused. Two questions. My two main first questions is A, if this was a presentation on these lines of business, how come if you are the person in charge of it, you weren't looped into providing the bullet points for those particular insurance clients? Number one. And number two, if you and your manager knew he was wrong, did everybody else in the meeting know that he was also wrong and they just decided not to say anything and just let him continue with being wrong?
to
Like,
your
what is this? Is this a seniority thing? Because I know you say he has 30 years in this industry. Mm.
I don't know that everybody knew that he was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if there were other if management was on the call that knew they were wrong. Nobody spoke up.
Mm.
Um, when I did speak up, I got shoot, poo poo. I'll fact check whatever it is you talking about.
Hmm.
And
I
then
wonder if the shoe had been on the other foot, is that how it would have went down? If Pasha was up there leading a presentation and gave some incorrect information,
I
if people
somebody
would
would
have
have
been
said
very
something.
quick to want to fact check her and let's correct the error, now, here and now in front of the team. Hmm.
Yeah, so that was a moment that I had that was infuriating but also funny all at the same time because you're old as fuck over here trying to give a presentation. You doing it in Microsoft Word because you didn't just typed a whole bunch of bullet points when it actually needs to be a PowerPoint. You could benefit from some technical classes with your old ass. I understand you've got 30 years of insurance experience, but you don't have no tech experience. It's
Hmm.
2023, sir. Why are you scrolling down a Word document reading the history of insurance? This is actually not the information that we need. Why they don't
Hmm.
have any younger folks working together with the consultants to present this information in a way that's not only digestible, but like, come on, like
Relevant.
relevant, makes sense, and is correct. So, because I'm the only person that runs this entire line, I'm not saying shit to y'all about nothing
Hmm.
because I'm the one that does it anyway. And if any of you in New York or wherever want to do your little industrial aid stuff, that's fine. Go ahead. Good luck. I'm not teaching anybody how to do shit. And that's that. People going to be getting industrial aid quotes and they're going to be sending them to all those markets. They ain't going
Mm.
to hear shit back.
It's nice. It must be nice to be in a place that pays your bills where you can do things, say things, or present things wrong and still be extended grace. But and you, okay, okay.
I laughed and I got some coffee
Hmm.
and I went back to my desk and whatever because I don't have to consult with anybody about what I know. So I'll let y'all go ahead. I will let y'all
Hmm.
go ahead.
Hmm. Okay. Well, friend, kudos to you for being a team player.
I this year has been a crazy year. I have shown
Hmm.
up for my job in a way that surprised myself.
Hmm.
And I do want to keep this motivation going for the rest of the year, finish out strong. I'm excited to see what my revenue is at the end of the year, what number I hit.
Hmm.
Because I feel like I worked really, really hard. This is one of those jobs where I thought, I'm having lunch, I'm having happy hour. Yeah, we doing this, we on the boat. Hell no. I have been sitting at my laptop. I get to the office and I sit down and I work until it's time to go home.
Hmm.
I am working. I'm not lollygagging. I'm not looking online. I might scroll my phone a little bit, but I'm actually really like working.
Mm-hmm.
and I'm lazy. So like to know that like put up or shut up, honestly. And I this is a really lucrative job, so I need to play my cards right. That means
Mm-hmm.
that I need to make these next couple years like my best, like the best years
Okay.
of my career.
Okay.
Yep. Because if I want to make some moves, there's like a story to tell.
Mm.
There's
We love a good
a
story.
very, very good story, whether I move from stay in the industry or switch industries. Like it's a really good story to tell. So I'm just going to let that drive me. And when I see microaggressions and BS happen the way that it does,
Well, you've done a superb, a phenomenal job
thank
thus
you.
far this
Thank
year,
you.
keeping your cool. Because I remember way back in March, and y'all remember back in March and
Yep.
April when they was
That was a
running my brain crazy.
that was a rough what, second quarter? Rough first quarter.
Oh, this was, well, maybe it started at the end of first quarter, but maybe
Yep.
it was second quarter.
Second quarter is where shit got real. Shit got real.
Yeah.
Shit got real. But we have
But you stood your own ground and
I did.
kept your head above water
Yeah.
and
Came up
showed them that you can play the game. So shout out to you, friend.
came up a few bands. Like it
Period.
was a good year. Yeah. It was
Mm-hmm. I hope every year for us is coming up a few bands. Yeah.
period.
Yeah.
A few
Yeah.
bands,
When
a
I
few
think back, like
names.
I know we were going to talk about like our goals and stuff. I don't. We'll just do like maybe a shortened version now because I really want us to both be able to go back to that
Dive deep.
episode that we did and kind of like rewrite down what we said our goals were.
And did we reach them? I
Right, right.
was
But
like,
yeah,
no,
like,
no, no.
things were happening for us. I think
Mm-hmm.
second and third quarter specifically,
Mm-hmm.
um
Jammed up.
yeah, things went up a notch.
Jammed up.
Work was you was stacking your bands and I was stacking mine too and
Traveling.
jumping into a lane that I'm still feel like I'm still learning how to
I
swim a piece.
know. Moved
I'm
to a whole new
still
place. Like,
right, whole new city, didn't
yeah,
expect that.
it's been a whole.
Yeah.
We've had quite. We had an adventurous year. We've had a lot of
Mhm.
adventures,
And
and
I got to
and
see
I've
you
seen
more
you
this
like,
year.
yes, girl, look at us, yes, yes.
Yeah.
I guess if I had some quick hit goals, I want to read more. I want to cook dinner at home more, and I want to stay in the gym and stay consistent with my workouts. That's my quick
Okay.
hits.
Okay.
Yeah.
My quick hits, I definitely want to get a more routine workout situation. I feel like I still haven't gotten my footing since I've moved. When I left Atlanta, I was really into it. She was just,
Mm-hmm.
homegirl was twice a
Two
day.
times a day.
It was giving God created me without a waist. I don't know what it is. I just don't have one.
I just
Um,
don't have one.
I just don't have one. Um, so yeah, a routine. I definitely want to get more. Now, you know what? I think maybe that'll be my word. One of the words I'll focus on for next year is I need to get more of a routine in everything that I do. From like planning my content, creating my content, staying on top of doing my content. I have gotten really off track recently. Um, and I just need to have a more definitive schedule. Um, so those are my two quick goals. I tell you, my one of my favorite memories of the year, baby. When you came to Atlanta in March, a time was had.
Yes, it was.
That illuminarium,
That was. I look at those pictures often, and I'm like, that
me
was. I need to
too.
put them on my mahogany crayon page because they're. That was so cool. That was
Mm-hmm.
so cool.
Mm-hmm.
It was a vibe.
Yeah, that whole weekend was a vibe. You know what? You know what? Some of my best memories were with you, friend, because I rode the subway.
Talking about, I
Is
feel
that what
like
it's
I'm in
called?
New York. I feel like I'm in New York. Like, oh my God, girl.
got to go to Chicago and not only ride the subway like a New Yorker. Okay. New York. How they say in New York. But I also got to go to TikTok. Like,
Now
oh
that
yeah,
was
this has been a
really
year.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah, this has been a year.
Yes,
This has
it
really been a
has. There's a
year.
lot to reflect on. I mean, my goodness, if you wanted to do nothing for the rest of the year, if you wanted to close out fourth quarter with rest and relaxation, I don't even blame you.
Do rest and relaxation come with bills paid? Because if not, she won't be doing no
Well,
resting and
well,
no relaxing.
you are right about that. I mean, my black ass got to go to work tomorrow, so
Yeah, yeah.
hmm yay.
Mm,
There's been a
mhm.
huge debate on inflation and salaries and what people can really afford. I We can talk about
Yeah,
that on a different
I
day.
was on Twitter, and I saw somebody say that $20 an hour is the new 7.25,
And people aren't even making $20 an hour.
and I'm just like, yeah, I don't know how that's working. These must be younger people. Like these must be people who are kind of like young. When I say young, I mean like 18, 19,
Yeah.
20, 21. Because there's no way adult people are making, like, what jobs are they? I don't know. But then a reply tweet to that said, at this point, $30 is the minimum to just survive. Just to survive.
Is that before tax?
Right.
Is that
Don't get
before
me started on
tax?
tax. I gotta pay my
Because
quarterly tax.
you think your salary is something, and then you look at that net pay. Man, it's egregious. The money that I don't get to see, I don't even get. Like it's not even up to me to decide. Okay, you guys can have $1,000 of no, no, no. Y'all taking 2,500 off the top. Off the top. It's crazy. No,
It is
excuse me,
crazy.
20.
I don't know what's gonna happen in the future as far as inflation, but
I want us
cost of
to
living,
revolt.
something got to be
I want
done.
us to
Something got to be
revolt.
done because it's like if it only makes sense for if everything else go up, y'all have got to increase people pay.
Mm-hmm.
That's just the bottom line. It's just the
Mm-hmm.
only thing that's going to make this make sense. But people have been saying for a while, and I don't know how true it is because I don't be getting into conspiracy theories. But this one's starting to look like it make a little bit of sense when people talk about they're trying to cut out the middle class. You either going to be that one a have or a have not. You either got it or you ain't. You ain't got it. You either poor or you rich. This is literally cutting out the middle class. But this, well, I don't know if it's even cutting out the middle class because the folks who are not making a lot of money, the people who aren't making at least that $30 minimum that we just mentioned to survive, they still don't qualify for nothing. They still can't get food stamps. They still can't get Medicaid. They still can't get assistance of any kind. So every time my phone goes off with somebody, giving me their money, be it for something on TikTok, my website, ebook, every time I get it, I literally say, thank you, God.
Mm-hmm.
Every time. I don't know if you heard me earlier when we were on the phone and I randomly was like, Lord, thank you. Because when I see it on my phone, I'm like, you just keep taking care of me.
Mm-hmm.
Like I be worried about things, and then every time the master just be coming on
Right
through for the
there.
kid.
Right there.
Coming
Right
through for the
there.
kid every time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
I'm with you there, sister. I'm living a very blessed life, that's for sure.
hmm
And that was another reason why I didn't really feel the need, excuse me, to do anything for my birthday because I have done so much this
hmm
year alone. Um, and times are hard. They are hard for people. And people are living in apartments that aren't up to standards, up to code. They can't leave. They don't have the means to leave. They can't afford to
hmm
leave. So they have to
hmm
stay and live in these conditions. And I don't. I live in great conditions. I live in great conditions. I can afford my rent. I'm not. It's not paycheck to paycheck for me now. Sometimes, now
She
sometimes,
said, "Let me keep it real a few times." Then.
sometimes, but for the most part, like when I need to go get some soap or some toothpaste, if there was times where it's
Hmm.
like, damn, you only got $25, girl. You need to go get you some gas. You got to make
That's
that
so
trip.
crazy when you say that because it just make me think like, wow, people really be trying to get toothpaste and soap.
Yeah, yeah. Like I can wash my ass. I got a good hot shower, good water pressure. I can, spend
Mm,
$25 at the Jewel and get some groceries, but then I can also spend $40 on three things on Instacart. I can afford to get the things that I need. And
and that's the problem, is that some people aren't even able to get. It's not like they trying to do all these vacations and they trying to, live this lavish life, and it's like they just trying to get, like you said,
the
basic
basics, the
necessities,
basic
living necessities,
necessities.
soap, toothpaste,
Yeah,
like that stuff that like
food.
people should be able to go buy and not even think about, do they have the money for it?
Right, right.
You know?
Or do I have the money to pay my rent, to keep like my roof on my
Mm-hmm.
head, to pay for my lights and things like.
I be wondering, like, people with kids, particularly these kids that are like eating you out of house and home.
Yep, and want all the coolest gadgets and shoes and
Mm-hmm.
clothes and um I don't know how my mom did it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how my mom did it, but also shit didn't cost as much as it did.
True indeed. I ain't heard too many people talking about getting a new iPhone either.
I'm
Because
not.
Apple, what are y'all doing? And look, I done already updated two of my devices. I need to update my phone tonight, but I updated my
I
MacBook and my iPad earlier.
I'll get a MacBook and that's it. But we're keeping our 12 Pro.
But I noticed my phone was starting to act funny. My FaceTime was doing a little something funny. Even somebody FaceTime me today and said my phone acting crazy.
Mm.
So, oh, but if y'all didn't know, because I just found this out earlier when I was on FaceTime with Pasha, but the new FaceTime
Hmm.
has some super cool features. Okay. So you know how you can like double tap on like a comment or a video or something on like TikTok, Instagram, whatever the case may be. You can do that on Instagram. Jesus. FaceTime.
Yeah.
You can do that on FaceTime now. So when you're on FaceTime, you hold your part of the picture and it will give you an option if you want to like thumbs up it, thumbs down, hearts, confetti,
That's so cute. I
fireworks.
know she
It's
was
so
on
cute.
the FaceTime with me doing it, you guys. It's cute.
I can't wait to get on FaceTime and be hitting the hearts so bad. Like, you see me, you see
That's if
me.
you pick up the FaceTimes.
Huh?
If you pick up the FaceTimes, like when I FaceTime you and stuff, like you have to pick them up.
When don't I pick FaceTimes up? I love FaceTime. You're the one that don't like FaceTime.
I FaceTime with my friends. I don't like FaceTime with guys.
So I'm not a friend. I'm confused as to where this conversation's going.
Because you don't be answering the phone.
Oh, you talking about my do not disturb, girl.
Mm-hmm. you know how I feel about do not disturb.
And you know how I feel about
Notify anyway.
it. I'm telling you, I
I will
don't see a
never.
future. I don't see a future without do not disturb on my
That's
phone. Like
so
I just don't.
funny. Yeah, you
I
are
don't.
so funny.
I did have to put my mom on this thing where if she calls, it'll come right through because she was
Good,
getting irritated.
good.
Um um
Stressing your mama out.
who else? I put my brother was already on there because y'all know that's my baby. That's low key my son. Um that man, he don't like to be he don't like to have to call twice. Um what is that about, friend?
Nothing.
I ain't fooling with you because you stirring up trouble, and I know you not pleased with him right now. But it's somebody else who be getting irritated with me. Oh, I think Kevon just gave up. Kevon, because he used to like send me the little looking eyes if I didn't like call him right back. Ja, he FaceTime now and I know about it like the next day after I look at my call log. Like, oh shit, Kevon called me. He's sick of
Mm-mm-mm.
my
I'm
shit.
I'm the double caller, the double FaceTimer, the notify anyway. I am notifying anyway. Like,
It's just
ah,
so peaceful, friend. It's just peaceful. It's
yeah,
peaceful. And really, those was really the only three people like that call me like regularly. Because after the summer, I was locked in. I was locked in, and I really wasn't doing nothing,
yeah,
talking to nobody. So the three of them called. that was really it. Me and
Mm-hmm.
you get on every week and talk.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you know,
Interesting. Well,
what you knocking on over there? What's
no,
going
I was
on?
just doing. I don't know.
Oh,
Don't pay
okay.
no attention to me. Well, I'm excited for these FaceTimes and these hearts and confetti and rainbows and stuff. I
Mm-hmm.
can't wait.
Okay, so I think that's all I got for today's episode.
Yeah, we on my little notepad here, we got through everything with an addition of some extras.
Okay.
And then we did a little, we touched on our goals and stuff, but we are going to be doing a deep dive, which I'm really excited
Yes.
about that. So stay tuned.
Yeah.
All I am anxious to hear about what people are going to be doing to close out the year.
Yeah.
Because, it's we're rolling up on a new year. It's going to be 2024 before you know it.
It's crazy.
And I just turned 37. So what the hell does that mean?
Next year is my 20th high school reunion.
Mine too. I know.
That is like, what?
I know.
What? Who am I? I'm not that. Like, when
Grown.
somebody says that to me, I'll be like,
Yeah.
like, come on now.
I was
You
talking
can't
to
possibly. No, sweetie. Yeah, class of 04. What are you talking about?
I was talking to a friend earlier today about his reunion that he has upcoming, and I was like, yeah, mine's next September. Craziness. Can't believe it.
Me either, friend.
Old.
Old is the goal.
I mean, aging like a fine wine is the way I like to think about it.
Yeah.
Because I felt like I was pretty on my birthday weekend, so.
And was, friend. You were the most adorable thing. Y'all go to Pasha's Instagram, Pashanista, and I hope, did Dre say something about me stealing his picture? Because I definitely stole that picture he took.
No.
The picture that I posted on my story wishing you a happy birthday, that was from Dre's post. And the one that I sent you as a friend, you need to make sure he gives you this picture. It was so cute.
Which one would I have on? White or silver?
You had on some jeans, some pink stilettos, that
white.
Yeah. Chef's kiss. I was in with your hair when you was holding the drink. It was.
Thank
that was
you.
That was the one.
I was trying to, just.
Yeah, I stole that picture off of Dre's post. So I was thinking to myself, Pasha gonna repost this, and Dre gonna be like, what's she
doing? He's dramatic as hell. I love you, Dre. I'm so glad he came to visit me. He came to visit me. He made me. Well, our birthdays are 4 days apart. His birthday was September 11th, so happy belated.
Happy belated, Dre.
Yes, and mine was the 15th. So we had to celebrate together. Yeah, so it was a good weekend, and thank you, pal.
Glad you enjoyed it. Glad you enjoyed it.
All I wanted to do was eat some good food, chill out, and be pretty all while doing it. And I'd like to say I succeeded.
You definitely check on the pretty part.
Thank you, girl. Thank you. Now it's your birthday coming up.
All right, y'all. That's all we got for today.
All right, guys.
Y'all know I don't do nothing for my birthday, though.
Well, we got to do something because you in Tampa and you in a new city. You got to pop out on your birthday.
We'll see.
I'm going to make sure of it.
We'll see.
We gonna see.
Okay, friend. I'm gonna let you go, girl, and I will see you for next week's episode. Thank y'all for tuning into the Same Difference podcast as always. For those of you who don't know, when Pasha and I took our little summer break, we did take a summer break, but we were still recording. So all of those episodes got uploaded last week, so you can binge watch the Same Difference podcast on YouTube and everywhere that you can stream the platforms. The platform podcast. Follow me on TikTok, Instagram. It was always Joy.
And I'm Passionista on all of the social mediums.
See y'all next week. Bye.
Bye.